or
So,
profiting
as
off
I was
of
saying,
people poisoning
you could
water.
do away with all hope, and it doesn't matter. You'll still be disappointed anyway.
Well, for us, it was yeah. So meeting my boss there, like my boss has never had anything involving the he's never been part of the life, as they say, right?
Yeah.
So his he kind of didn't know what we were talking about, and it was rather comical. Yeah.
Wait, do you have a challenge coin collection?
I have my challenge. I have 3 different challenge coins.
Okay. Proud of you. Proud of you.
What do you mean?
Oh, I just want to make sure you weren't a boot. One of those guys that actually collects them.
Actually, now that you've done it, and asked, about my coin, I think I gotta do this here now. Give me a second.
Hey, I'm trying to open this box.
I don't know how well it'll show on screen, but give me a sec here.
It's sick nasty.
Yep.
I have one challenge. I might have 2, but I know I have one that's actually like the only
Oh,
one
shit.
I got.
I should probably start the
terms of
thing.
An accomplishment.
Yeah.
And I have no idea where it is, but it's my phase mob.
Wait a minute. So what you're saying is you called me on my challenge coin I produced and you didn't? You, sir, owe me a round.
Eddie Art in the chat says everything is black, no bodies. Good. I'm hoping there's no bodies in the water. That would be unfortunate.
I actually also got one in here that I don't really count as a real challenge coin, but technically it counts, I suppose. An official Mexican Iron Man challenge, which I thought was kind of comical.
Yeah, definitely. Oops, videos, said Eddie Art. Yeah. Just be patient. God. Hope you're having a better day than I am, bro. How low the bar of expectations got for me. If you got out of bed and put on your pants, you're winning.
Morality.
Tonight,
The
Oreo
Breakfast
talks
Club.
about the news.
Yeah. The Breakfast Club is reuniting after 40 years. Florence Pugh is upset at Marvel for not letting her jump off a building.
all this and more on tonight's Entertainment Information Intelligence Podcast. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's Entertainment Information Intelligence Podcast. We are, it's,
I'll tell you what.
2025. 2025.
What?
All right, let's move on from the garbage fire that is this year.
So I'm so
and
ready
move
for
on to some
35.
crazy nonsense.
Who's ready for 2026? Let's just, we're gonna go ahead and take a hiatus. This is the Ryder Brothers. We are signing off until April 5th. No, like, we're not gonna actually do that. The show must go on. That's why we're here, right?
Yeah, let's
First
rock
of
this
all,
out.
let's start this off with a happy birthday to Mr. Petey. He's officially turned 16.
Yeah, he might now officially be old enough that I can hand off the One Ring to him and he won't abuse it too badly.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely, I don't want to wish this upon myself, but I almost feel like I'm getting ready to enter my Boromir phase of life, and so, you know.
No, see, I would say it's very clear that you're only 16 because of American healthcare. You obviously look older for your age.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Corleone,
Wait,
on the
you're
other
nowhere
hand,
near
is
your Gandalf years, my friend.
732 because of Canadian healthcare.
Right?
All right, backing track enabled, comments activated.
Let's do this, man. Let's start
Get
with
right
the,
into the intelligence briefing for April
For this
15th,
week.
2025.
All right. So, all 5 Breakfast Club actors are reuniting for the first time in 40 years. We got Molly Ringwald.
They didn't
everybody in
forget
the
about
same
each
room.
other. Hallelujah.
That's it, man. I think that's kind of cool. There's talk about some sort of revival or a documentary that's going to go along with this because, they're actors and they want to relive their glory days. And I think that could be kind of cool. I mean, The Breakfast Club is one of those coming of age stories that, actually does kind of matter. And it really, cemented the 80s in a pretty fantastic way. And
Not like the Fantastic Four, but yeah.
yeah. And I think it would be really good to see this John Hughes classic, get an opportunity to, potentially attract a new audience from being talked about again.
I mean, it was... I don't know. I didn't hate the movie. My mother loved the movie, and it was important that she see it. John, did Mom make you watch this movie?
Yeah, but I was at a phase when I was like down to watch everything she wanted to watch because
The cancer thing, yeah. So I get that, and I tried to get her to through Firefly, and I fucking came up short 4 episodes. But anyway, The Breakfast Club. So, what are they reuniting for?
Well, there's talk of them.
For me, it was like because my mom asked me well, is this still what high school is like? And I was like, I'm gonna be honest. Yes and no. This is the makeup of all of the kids, but
the stereotypes are still there. It's just on our phones now.
Well, not even just on our phones. I just mean in terms of 21 Jump Street from 2016 or 2013. I can't remember what year it was the most accurate representation of high school that I went to. Everybody was kind of at the very least friendly. Almost nice. Not necessarily everybody was besties, and obviously there was subliminal bullying and a lot of verbal bullying, but the kids that got in fights were best friends, and they did it every third Tuesday, and everybody knew they were gonna do it.
Fair
it was
enough.
not a surprise, and also they weren't bullying each other. They, like I said, they liked to fight each other. So I think that this movie was outdated by the fact that there weren't a lot of loners aside from the very normal loneliness of being a teenager.
Fair enough. No, the reason why they're doing this
Nobody
is
understood except everybody that's been a teenager.
yeah. So the reason why they're doing this is they're talking about a movie retrospective that they're going to do. So a documentary on the cultural impact of the Breakfast Club. So
Dude,
potentially
I
it brings
would
it to new
say-
audiences.
Honestly, in that instance, I would say it did have that effect. I think it had the exact effect I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because
Jay Ghost says
my
the
mom's
breakfast
generation
at
was more-
5:15 a.m. club. Oh, there's a 5:15 a.m. now? Ugh. Anyway,
Yeah, when did they do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jay, you've got the invitation to sit on the panel. Come on down if you feel like it, or saturate the comments.
All
Whatever
right.
works.
Moving on.
Yeah. Thank you,
Moving on.
Variety, for bringing us this awesome segment. Next.
All right. This is so far the cast of the teachers for the new HBO Harry Potter series. I'm going to put this out there. One of these things doesn't look like the others. Now, I'm going to point this out because I get what they were trying to do, but I think they kind of misstepped a little bit here. They've decided to make Professor Snape a black guy.
Well, hold on. They didn't decide to make Professor Snape a black guy. They cast a black guy who
Right.
may have nailed the audition.
Right. And I'm not arguing that, but here's where things get messy. Okay? Let's
Hold on.
consider for a second.
Jay Ghost says, John Lithgow is too American.
Right.
You might be right. We might all be wrong here. But I'm curious to see what Corione has to say.
Well, let's think about this character and his story arc for a little bit. The reason why he's absolutely terrible to Harry throughout the entire series of the books is because he was in deep, deep love with his mother and hated his father. We're really going to have a story about a black guy who was pining after some white woman that he couldn't have.
Whoa, hold on. I'll stop. Have they cast Harry's mom yet?
My understanding is not yet.
All right.
It's not like they're going to cast a black woman for it.
It could also cast an Asian lady. Well, we don't know what we're saying when we say Asian. That was poor use of words. They could also cast... Look, they could cast literally anybody. They could cast a French Canadian.
That would just be weird.
Who's also
stop
black.
Making it weird.
A black French Canadian.
Stop making it weird.
No.
But
I live in Key West. We have to make it weird.
fair enough. But I'm sitting there going like, I don't think they've thought this whole thing through.
Well, we don't know
his
yet.
Character arc is going to make him terrible. Right? That's kind of the point of Snape's character, right? So I'm just sitting there going like, this is not going to play out the way they thought that it was going to play out.
I don't know. Jay says, you guys are in dangerous territory catering fast towards some isms here. Yes, Jay. But we're the Writer Brothers. We're honest, quality human content. Disagreement isn't allowed. We always fly next to the danger zone. But, you know, I just saw the Harry Potter movies. When I saw the HBO casting, I mean, look, all I'm saying is, I don't want female Aslan. I know, that's Narnia, but, like, this is nothing to me because I'm gonna give the dude a chance and go from there. Now, if it turns out it sucks and it was fine, but until then, I think we gotta take some wisdom from Jay Ghost and just wait to watch the thing and go from there. And
all right,
do not make Aslan a chick.
All right, moving on. They're remaking The Bodyguard.
Oh,
and it's going
when
to be
it pours,
remade,
it rains harder.
And it's going to be remade by the director of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour.
Next.
You don't even want to comment.
Hold on. No, I'll make it count. Just give me 1/10 of a gajillionth of a second here. We've got our bookmarkies somewhere.
What do you mean?
There it is. Next.
Very well. I have a trailer, but we'll hold off on that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
The next Godzilla vs. Kong movie is enlisting Sam Neill. He's joining Delroy Lindo, Caitlin Dever, and Jack O'Connell as newcomers to the Legacy Monsterverse, or Legendary's Monsterverse.
You guys remember when we watched that Mothra show? No, wait. No, it was something else.
Dude, Legacy of Mothra, something like that. I forget what it's called too, but I still love it.
Mothra's. We need to stop at episode 7 and talk about our feelings. No, the butterfly effect. No, the was on Crapple. No, huh? Monarch.
Legacy of Monsters.
Stupid show.
Great show.
Yeah,
Great
it
movie.
tried.
I still like it.
I'm glad you. I'll give it one more season.
All right. Well, you know, we're getting this, and I mean, it's an idea. So let's see what they do with it. All right. here's something kind of cool that I thought you guys might find interesting. You remember how after the release of the special editions of Star Wars, you could not find and they would not allow anyone to see the original cut of Star Wars?
Yeah, no, like you had to have
No,
them
'cause
shits
we
on the
owned it on
VHSs.
VHS.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
God, we're old.
The original release is being redone. We are getting the completely original cut of Star Wars back on the screen. So this is going to
You
be a limited
decided-
release.
Go the motherfuck back. What?
Yep. This is going to be the original 77 Star
Stop,
Wars.
stop. Oh, this you should... I wish you'd save this for the very end.
Okay.
What day was this article released?
I can look. This was April 15th. So today. Happy birthday to you from George Lucas.
What a
Because
fucking
it's-
mixed-ass day. God damn it.
Because it was Petey's birthday, George Lucas decided to do this. Gave him the only gift worth giving him.
Oh, there's one more that Hannah tried for that we'll talk about later, but...
Yeah, that belongs on OnlyFans, not on YouTube, dude.
No, I mean, the result would be an OnlyFans video. Don't get me wrong, but
All right.
the original theatrical Star Wars is coming back to the theater.
Yep. So this is as close as we can get. So, yeah, I thought you guys would find that cool.
Of all news that would further convince me to not swallow a bullet today.
Hey, man. What can I tell you? We deliver.
It's the little things sometimes.
That's it.
I can't wait. John, do you remember 1997? Do you remember episode 4? It was the special edition, but... You know, that's kind of one of my favorite memories with you, and one of the reasons I'm happy to do this show with you. You're muted still. Now you're on. Now you're off. Now you're on. Now you're off. I don't know what's going on. He's speechless, ladies and gentlemen.
I blame the schools.
I do too. All right, let's see if he can reboot.
All right. Sorry about that.
It happens.
All good.
No.
Oh, we lost him. All right, try again.
Am I back?
I think so.
For a
Bark,
minute?
bark, bark.
Bark, bark. No,
God, you
I don't
sound like a
remember
Key
much
West
about
chicken.
1997. Did we go see this originally?
Yeah, Mom always quoted you. Star Wars. That's what you were excited to see.
Star Wars.
Yeah, and in 1997, well, you know, I think it was just after we had moved to Boise. Yeah, it would have had to have been. It was either right after or right before. And we got to go see episode 4 on the big screen, and it was the special edition. You know, that was the whole point of it coming back. So, when is this supposed to hit, Corione?
I did not see a release date, only that it was coming back.
Okay. Well, if we don't have a release date yet, we will see what happens. But this may end up being one of our first live TWB gatherings, and hopefully we can get Scogli there too. And it should just be a grand old time.
Yeah, the U.S. Screen dates have not been released as of yet. Only that they are doing it for sure. And I am thinking this is a trip worthy to an Alamo Roadhouse, man.
I will, if I have to fucking travel by Chevy Bolt, by my 21, alternate current charging fucking 7 kilowatt car, fine. I will make the time. I will budget the time. We will get there. We will make this happen. But this is...
Yeah, man. I'm thinking Alamo Roadhouse, see if they can import some decent beer. And a couple of big buckets of popcorn, and this is one of those ones where it's going to be worth it to do.
Jay Ghostin in the chat says, Petey had to go OnlyFans himself real quick from that news. Camera off. How did you know?
Oh, man. Sorry, man. Some secrets are just too hot for YouTube. That's all I can say.
Yeah. You can leave that tab up, but let's move to the next one.
Sure. Florence Pugh has begged Kevin Feige to let her jump off the second tallest building in the world for Marvel's Thunderbolts. So apparently there is a scene where they're going to be jumping off of the 2,227 foot building in Kuala Lumpur. She desperately wanted to do the stunt herself, and Feige was like, no, the insurance is stupid to let you do that. There's no way we're going to do it. But apparently she's done base jumping before, and she really, really wanted to. So I thought that was kind of an interesting way to segue into a discussion about Thunderbolts, which looks like What If Suicide Squad, but Marvel.
Dude, I am so excited.
The coolest thing I've heard about it.
This is the coolest thing.
Shout out to her for wanting to. That's really badass. What's that one? That wasn't sci-fi. Was it Spike? Where they base jumped off that building in Vegas.
Yeah.
I can't. Remember. That's who I feel like she's emulating, and I'm like, go for gold, girl, because that's dope. But also, I get Kevin because she's a multi-million-dollar actress.
Yeah. Well, the insurance was saying no unless you want $100 million worth of insurance on this, just on this one stunt.
Yeah, which is budget.
Yeah.
And that's where I say that her, it's you have to remember that that's what you signed at the beginning, so you can waive that kind of stuff. That's kind of that's the part about what's his name? Tom Cruise, he makes all those decisions before he joins the movie.
Yeah.
And she's at the end, she's actually, that sounds awesome. And it's yeah, it does. Should have thought about it.
Right? So
yeah, no, that might actually bring me back into the theater because she was, she played Oppenheimer's mistress in, Oppenheimer. And it's really good in that movie. I mean, they all were. That movie's the most perfect movie ever made. So, yeah, might have just gotten a theater ticket sold. Dahlia Lightwood says, yo, Dahlia Lightwood,
hey,
good to
Dahlia.
see you.
So, yeah, this is the thing. So I thought that might intrigue you guys. It definitely makes Florence sound like a bit of a badass. And
a bit. Just a lot.
Yeah,
Florence, come interview on our show.
Yeah, I mean, straight
Dahlia
up.
Lightwood asks, how is everyone? Fuck 2025. Anyway, I'm ready for...
Dahlia,
I turned 34 today, and I'm ready for 35. Let's just skip ahead.
He's on a little bit of an emotional roller coaster tonight.
Wrecking coaster, yeah. It's like a roller coaster made out of wrecking balls.
There you go. All right, shall we move on?
I'm trying.
All right.
Oh, you mean with the show?
Yeah.
Deadline has decided, fuck you. You're not... Oh.
There we go. DreamWorks Animation reveals new film Forgotten Island, set for a fall 2026 release.
I like how they said this like they're Pixar, and I'm supposed to be excited.
Well, I mean, you know, they did do a lot of good work with the How to Train Your Dragon franchise, right? They've had some good animated movies over the last little while.
It's no Toy Story 2 or
Shrek,
Incredibles
Puss in
or
Boots.
Yeah, right? The
but-
Last Wish, The Croods, like, there's been some good stuff from them, right?
there's no Cars.
All right, well, the plot details are being kept under wraps, but the film is described as a broad party comedy adventure that transports the film's protagonist to a long-forgotten magical island rooted in Filipino mythology.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
that could be
okay.
kind of cool.
It could be cool, kind of like Moana. The script could also
and-
leak online, and someone could pirate it with AI. Anyway.
Okay, but hear me out on this, because there is one thing here I want you guys to take away from it. It's a new story. This isn't a remake or a revamp or a reimagining or a sequel, and they're actually going to cultures for their mythology that we haven't seen on screen before. This is literally what we've been asking for. This is, in fact, exactly what we've been asking for. So, you know, even if I hear rumors that this thing has major problems with it, I'm tempted to go just to encourage them to keep reaching out to, like, other mythologies and actually doing their stories reasonably well.
So there I was, just being an asshole, and yeah. All right. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, all
you
right.
know,
I'll
I
check
want
it
to
out.
see how it. Yeah, I want to see how it.
You
plays
just
out,
successfully hyped it up. If DreamWorks is smart, they're gonna clip this and they're gonna use that as their advertising because that.
Yeah, look.
Again, another ticket and another ass in a theater has been sold.
Yeah, listen, like literally, DreamWorks, baby, I will do your marketing for you. It's not going to be that hard. Okay, I will charge way less than 90% of the crazy people out there.
80%. You're worth more than that. Come on.
Oh well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Well, you pay me well enough. So, all right,
Most expensive asshole on the show next to me. All right.
that's it.
Next.
Just so we talked about 911 doing a sequel, and we were worried they were going to set it in Hawaii, which is like the death of a series. They're setting it in Nashville.
Damn it, I wish it was Hawaii. Or Key Largo. Or Key West.
Key West
Or
would be kind
Miami.
of cool. 911 Key West. That'd be dope. I'd be down for that. No, they're setting it in Nashville. It's going to star Chris O'Donnell and Jessica Capshaw. So I thought that was kind of cool.
I'll give it an episode.
I don't watch cop shows.
Well, it follows firefighters usually. So.
Look, it's just Grey's Anatomy. It's no ER, okay? And obviously 9/11 or fuck shit. Sorry, 911 is no
What,
Grey's
Chicago
Anatomy.
Fire?
What?
Yeah.
yeah. Which is
'Cause
still
remember, this is following
and
a
Chicago
firehouse.
Fire. I'm sorry, it's no Scrubs, but you know we'll just leave the king
Nothing
of all.
is Scrubs though.
No. No, the king of all hospital shows is still the king of all hospital shows. Congratulations, Zach Braff, you did it. Anyway,
There you go. All right. So you remember how I made you so full of joy with the Star Wars announcement?
and now you're gonna take it away.
Remember how happy you were? Hold on to that, please. Andor season 2 is probably going to be the last season of Andor.
Yeah, that's the
No, we
point.
knew.
They
Okay,
told us
good.
that.
Okay. So Tony
Finally,
Gilroy is
you're actually sticking true.
Yeah.
so Tony Gilroy is ready to move on from Star Wars.
Oh,
He feels he's
whoa.
contributed enough.
Whoa, Tony. I'm gonna ride your coattails for a minute and say, bro, I'm ready to move on from this era of Star Wars. So, hey, we're almost right there with each other.
Right. So he feels he's contributed enough. He's added a significant
You
portion
done
to the
good.
lore, and he feels he's done his part. And it's now ready for other voices to move in to fill
I'll
in
stop.
pieces.
The lovely Sherry is right about somewhere down that yonder way. says hi.
Cool. Hey, Sherry. Wonderful to see you. So, yeah, I mean, he's sticking to his guns. He said he was only going to do a very limited run of Andor.
Respect.
And, he's doing it, and he's added something kind of cool to the lore. I mean, we can, I think, all agree that the Andor series has been largely a success so far. And, if he nails the landing on this... Yeah.
I'm halfway through it in preparation for next week.
Yeah, so, I mean, if he nails the landing on this, I think he goes out a legend. Right? So, good luck to him.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you guys are tying it up in a neat little bow.
All right. So to add something to the joy of this moment, Phoebe Waller-Bridge was originally going to be given $100 million to adapt Tomb Raider for Amazon. Because of the change in leadership, that deal has completely fallen through, along with all of Phoebe Waller-Bridge's deals at Amazon.
Bezos be like,
ding dong, the psycho's gone.
I'm altering the deal. Pray I don't alter. Who are you again?
I thought he was Lex Luthor.
No. Lex Luthor's trying to ask Waller-Bridge who she is. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, this is gonna get really, really weird. All right, but yeah, man. So hey, at least we got rid of that absolute nonsense of craziness, right? Now, there's two other pieces I wanted to bring up. I don't have articles for them, but
Dahlia Lightwood gets it. She says, TIE Fighter in the chat.
There you go. So I don't actually have articles for these two, so I'm just going to bring them up.
Well, hold on. Didn't we get any? Did we get any word from the Intel Avians this week, or was it just Cameron?
We did not.
Oh. Also, I've had the end up the whole time when it's supposed to be pop culture news. Whoops.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
So I will bring up this because we do have permission from the man here. The one, the only Cameron Pasha to show this. So Cobra Kai's Courtney Hangler is quitting acting.
Crap. That would have been a good freaking hashtag. Anyway.
Yeah, so...
Cobra Kai news! It's not a renewal, bitches.
Yeah, so she plays Ralph Macchio's wife in Cobra Kai. And she's done 20 years of acting, and she's decided she's had enough. She's going out. She decided she wanted to go out on a high note.
Good for you.
And I mean, personally, I wish her the very best.
100%.
Right? Let's see.
More room for me. Or I mean, well done. You did your best. It's not for you anymore. We'll miss you. Blah blah blah. Who did she play again?
The wife of the Karate Kid. No.
What else was she in?
She's had a lot of smaller parts over the years.
I feel like the filmography is gonna line up with Phoebe Waller-Bridge if we actually take a look. I don't want to be mean, but I also don't want to pretend I'm excited for something that's like, wait, who the are you again? Oh, nobody. All right, neither am I, so it's all good.
All right, now here's the next one, and I think this is actually really an important one. Okay. Because this affects everybody in the industry.
Oh, God, you thought AI was going to take over before.
So, the Writers Guild sent out 2 emails to its members over the last...
Of which, qualifying information here, Cameron Pasha is a member.
Yeah. Now, the WGA is reporting that there are 37% fewer jobs. I would like to point out, just as Cameron predicted when they set up minimums in the show in the writers' rooms, that they would only do the minimums. They would never hire more than the absolute minimum they are legally required to at this point. So the Writers Guild has admitted that that is the case. The other one they sent out is about writers that were working illegally during the strike. And they're now being put on a union trial, if you will, that is kind of like a kangaroo court inside the union, where they're found guilty and being forced to pay restitution to the guild or being banned from the guild completely. The only reason why they would send out a message saying, hey guys, we're in trouble, and then proceed to punish writers that are in trouble is because they're trying to get everybody riled up and in line for when they strike again. Cameron is predicting that another strike is coming, probably if not the end of this year, then the beginning of next. So hang on to your butts, people. We're about to get some crazy nonsense.
More audiobooks by AI. Anyway.
Well, I mean, the very first time in my recorded memory we had a Writers Guild strike, we had the rise of reality TV. The most recent one, really, when you take a look at it, caused the us to get more K-dramas and, international films that wouldn't be subject to the Writers Guild whims. I don't know what happens this time, and I'm a little terrified to find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just as a heads up, there's a storm
coming. Really draws into question the value of the guild. Mostly because an idiot like me could have told you that when you put minimums on your qualifiers, that's all anybody goes for.
Yeah, it's also now the maximum. Yeah.
Well, no, just in any situation, the idea that you're gonna say, hey, here's the minimum, please be nice. That's not negotiating. That's hoping for the best in a world that has never optimized for kindness. That's just negligence and arrogance and ignorance all wrapped into in charge of your contracts.
Yep.
That's insane. How can you let these guilds claim ownership over your work or your effort or your ability to get work or effort if that's who's operating it? I have no problem with unions. I am actually 100% pro-union. But a union must be for the total group of the members, not for anything else. At no point should it be for the betterment of the union itself. The union itself doesn't exist without the betterment of the members.
What mic are you on right now?
Should be on my Nano.
Oh.
Might have switched.
A lot of echo, so I'm like, wait a minute. That doesn't sound as studio quality.
It is my Nano. It's just being dumb.
Weird.
Turn it down a little bit.
I don't know.
We just love
that's
ASMR voice of Pollos Zapatos. That's what we're missing.
Yeah, exactly. All right. What else we got?
All right. Well, before we go on, I just I'm gonna flash back to the Star Wars coming back here for you, just so you got a moment.
Keep it up. What else?
All right. I got some trailers if you guys are down for it.
Yeah.
So this is that movie we were talking about earlier called Mikey 17.
Oh,
So this is from last week. We were talking about Mikey 17 and wondering if
you're good to rock and roll.
All right, let's see if I've got the audio going on it, because if I don't, we'll have to.
That's a Negatorino.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna fix that.
This stream is brought to you by Dahlia Lightwood, the lovely Sherry, Jay Ghost, and Eddie Arndt. Thank you for saturating our comment section, making us visible and known to the world. Please click the like button, hit that subscribble, and let's get it out to the internet that we like to talk about. All right, anyway.
All right, here we go.
On Earth, nothing was working out, and I wanted to get the hell out of there.
You're applying to be an expendable? You read through the paperwork.
Yeah. I should have read through it.
Get it? Right.
Take deep breaths, fill your lungs. Imagine there's an unknown virus in the air,
and you're sucking in every single microscopic particle floating around.
all the viruses.
So good?
There really was an unknown virus in the air. Lethal one.
See you tomorrow.
Fellow pioneers, almost every single one of you will be remembered throughout history.
They made me work my ass off, giving me one shitty mission after another.
You're an expendable. You're here to be expended.
Every time I died, they just printed me out again. Everyone asked, what's it feel like to die? The ship was filled with mostly dickheads. But Nasha, she's always loved me. That's when everything changed. Multiples.
In the case of multiples, we exterminate every individual.
Which body goes first? One at a time is twice the fun.
You don't look like you're printed out. You're just a person.
It's not your fault. This is a fight to the death.
The simple fact is, we're in a state of war. And our survival is in the balance.
I got a job to do.
Mickey Barnes, fighting right to the end.
My great gift to mankind. Are you afraid to die? This time I wasn't scared.
All right, boys, what do you think?
Hey Jay, guess what we're going to watch? Pattinson. Pattinson.
Like, I don't know. To me, it looks hilarious, right?
Dude, flex that range, bro. Like, I was a little leery about you as the Bats, and you brought us a Bats that, the Dark Knight's still king, but you brought us a Bats that I liked. I liked Bats in a muscle car. I liked your investigative. I liked your comic book style Bats. I was listening to this voice of yours as a character, and I'm thinking, wait, what? And then I see the face, and I'm like, Dahlia Lightwood says, I'd see it. You know,
there you go.
I think I'm right there with you. Like, holy shit, that guy has...
Bro has range, man.
We'll see. I mean, I gotta see the movie. That could just be the trailer touching up with auto-tune. But, like, you know? Jay Ghost says municipality, or multiplicity in space! Dahlia Lightwood says, lol, yes, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. The next one we have here is The Legend of Ochi. This looks to be like on the horror side of things. Kind of a Wicker Man kind of feel, but I'd like to hear what you guys think.
I'd like to see what I think.
On foot, boys.
Dad, are we going to see one?
Stay close by my side.
I was born on a small island in the Black Sea. People say it's a dangerous place. There are bears and wolves and something else. Something people fear is much worse.
parents have offered you to this cause. They say, here, make something of my boy. Protect us. Save us. We are cursed with a wickedness.
Ryochi.
It's okay. I won't hurt you.
Hey, that's how I train my cats.
Yuri, what is this?
I'm taking him home.
Oh, here I go. It's coming for me through the trees. Help me, someone, help me, please.
She's been kidnapped. Let's go.
Take my shoes off.
You'll be torn apart. They can't be our pets.
He's my friends.
Yuri, I'm coming for you.
Stay close by my side.
I can talk to you.
I'm not asking you to understand.
Yuri, we're your family.
Just trust me.
All right, boys, what do you think?
Well, I literally think that feelings with movies, movies with feelings and cute animals is an automatic pass. But the lovely H. Marie just said, okay, so fuck.
I mean, I don't know, man. It looks like it could be good.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought, okay, weird night movie, interesting because of the way it opened out with like the dad William Dafoe dressed in like armor, but like it was really bad armor. So I'm thinking like
thinking, where's Boondock Saints 3?
But then, dude, it ends with a chicken a puffer within like the first 10 seconds, and I'm like, okay, post-apocalyptic world with no care about talking about the apocalypse. I'm here for it. Let's get into the story. Like I saw Love and Monsters mostly because I liked that actor, and this I really like the setup with only knowing that William Dafoe's in it, so I'm like here for it. William.
Yeah.
We'll reach through this microphone and choke your ass. Dahlia Lightwood says, okay, this creature is ugly AF. I assume that means Air Force. And the color grading is way dark. I can hardly see shit. It looks lame. Lol. Not my deal. I hate sappy and crap. Or excuse me, I hate sappy emo crap. It probably has a sad ending and lots of tear-jerking scenes. Yeah, that's exactly my thoughts. Like, totally right there with you. But it looked kind of like it was trying to be a cuter gremlin.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it looks like something like a, boy or girl and her pet monster kind of thing. With a...
Wait, I've seen this one.
With a little bit of, some of those classic 70s and 80s style, coming of age movies, and I kind of want to see those again. So I'm interested. Now, there was another piece that we kind of skipped over because I wasn't sure how to quite talk about it. Blizzard is in talks with 4 different companies to potentially lease out the IP rights to StarCraft and some of their other properties. So it's possible that we could get a StarCraft 3. There's just one teeny problem.
And it's not my penis.
Anyway, the 4 companies that they're talking to are all mobile game companies from China.
couldn't spoil that till after the trailer?
Hey, quick! Petey! Star Wars is coming back to the theater!
Back to the trailer.
All right. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm not
I
going to
want
play
to
this
watch
whole
it.
video.
Nope, I want to watch it.
This whole video?
You tickled my balls with StarCraft. I want to see it.
This is actually just a recall. This is like a news video. It's not an actual trailer yet.
Oh,
I needed a visual. Sorry, man.
Choke yourself. No, not with your hand, mine. Oh, no, wait, that only works in person. Damn it.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
That's right. I forgot. 2018 was marked with Arlie Ermy dying. God, I love my birthday.
Now, that being said, there are some celebrity deaths we should probably go over.
Oh!
Nicky Cat from Dazed and Confused and starred in Boston Public. He's died at 54.
That's still too young.
And the voice of Vesemir from the Witcher games has passed away at 80. So those are the two big ones.
As far as
genre goes. Yep. So they will be missed, but you know, their legacy speaks for itself, and it's quite the legacy for both of them.
I haven't used this page since Clobber and Times passed away.
Yeah. And it sucks we kind of have to, but there we go.
So.
And that's what I have for this week.
For those who don't know, on this show, how we treat death is just as importantly as how we treat life, and it has been an interesting life for me.
Yeah.
Maybe for you, maybe for Corio and John, I don't know, but yeah, as I said, it was I think April of 15. Was it 15 or yeah, it was 15, I think. 10 years ago, 10 years ago today was Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I woke up today getting ready to take H. Marie into work, and I got a call from one of my younger brothers, younger than John, that my grandmother had passed away. And it is a somewhat expected but still solemn occasion. I got notification last week that she was in the hospital, and we didn't know what was going on, and well, she believed in living a full and long and healthy life. She believed that the creator or God or gods, whatever universe, whatever you want to attribute to it, you know, one of our purposes in life is to live a long and healthy life, and I'm inclined to agree with that idea. I might not agree with all the sentiments. I might no longer agree with the structured religion that preaches some of her same ideas. But I did learn very quickly, especially after Mom passed away in 2013, that this life is it's a fickle mistress. And regardless of what you may choose to believe or not believe or whatever, you don't get more than one of this run in this existence in this body, whatever it is. Even if you believe in reincarnation, even if you believe in, happily heaven forever after, you're not going to experience this again. I liken it to watching your favorite movie. Like, I'm excited to see the original theatrical cut of Star Wars, because I haven't seen that since VHS back when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I've probably forgotten most of it. But even still, watching your life replay is like watching your favorite movie for the second time. It's not the same.
And I think you wouldn't grow if it was.
No. Pictured here is my grandmother on my mother's side. You can see her pictured with me and my grandmother on my biological sperm donor's side. You can also see her pictured with her youngest daughter, my Aunt Laura, in the picture directly above, and then in the center there is her with my mother. And then at the top of all of us is Jared, myself, my youngest brother, his son, Carmen's oldest son, my Uncle Brian, and her. On what was an awesome game day, from what I remember. How we treat death is just as important as how we treat life, and I'm sad that I didn't get to see her before, and I'm sad that it's been over at least 2 years since I was in her physical presence, but there are some lessons that I have learned from her. Unfortunately, some of her ideology and her beliefs push some of us away. Now, don't get me wrong. I will respect anyone who stands their ground on their convictions, regardless of if, I agree with them or not. That First Amendment is so beautiful. I took an oath to defend it. I still believe in that oath, and that is something that, my grandmother may have had her personal beliefs, but she even understood at the end of the day that the Constitution mattered. For her faults and her failures and her misplaced political hero worship, she also understood that when we had to work, it had to be done. Job's got to be doing. So we've done.
That's it.
I went into work today. I did what I was supposed to set things up for success. And you know what? I did it thinking that, yeah, I'm sad we didn't get that last goodbye. I'm sad we didn't get that last conversation. But I'm also glad because the last memories that I have, despite some of our fundamental disagreements, they're happy. And that's all I wanted her to remember. Was those happy moments like the ones above.
You're here, brother.
She was by no means perfect. I certainly would never speak of any intentional ill of the dead. And, I think the cautionary tale of my grandmother Carmen is when you get to a certain age in life, what matters to you? Is it your personal convictions? Or is it how many people you can pack around a Thanksgiving table? All right. So we move on. Coriode, what was that you were saying one last time for coming back to the big screen?
Oh, yeah. Dude, the original 1977 Star Wars is coming back to the big screen. And it's going to get US release dates, and you're going to be able to go see it.
I do hope that, you know, all of us and many of our many fans can all see it together.
I don't know, man.
Thank you
I
all.
think the electric fan can stay at home, but you know, the rest can come.
I want to thank you all for joining us. Dahlia Lightwood, Jay Ghost, everybody in the chat, everybody else. This was the show I was so looking forward to doing, and I wish could have been done on a happier note. But here we are, continuing on. Please consider hitting the like, the subscribe. Word of mouth is all we got right now, guys. And so we appreciate any and all of your assistance in helping us continue to grow. I'm Peter with the Writer Brothers. We'll see you on the next U2IP. Good night. This has been the Entertainment Information Intelligence Podcast from the Writer Brothers. The Writer Brothers. Two absent friends. Good night.